first, you go ahead and start us out.
Hey guys, I guess the first one is for Sky. Can you sort of take us through that? Like halftime, you guys are down 21, and then just that third quarter, just the impetus or the thing that sparked that third quarter was what?
Pride. First unit, we talk about this. We've been talking about this all year, how we start the games, and it's unacceptable how we start in the games. I mean, you see the teams that's great in this league for a reason. We want to be a great team. Yeah, we didn't have the start that we wanted to start, and credit them because they got off to 14 points. I think halfway through the quarter, they had 14 or something like that. And, you know, we got down big in the second quarter and we stayed together. You know, Jewell kind of got us together a little bit. Nneka got us together a little bit. We kind of came together like, okay, we can chip away at this game, but things have to change. And I thought at halftime, yeah, we talked about it. We shouldn't need a pep talk from Noelle. We shouldn't need, you know, all these incentives to go out there and play some damn basketball the way we know how to play. But the third quarter, we got into bodies. We switched our coverage up on the ball screens and started being more aggressive, started touching more. And we got into a flow offensively in that third quarter where we didn't have to call a lot of plays. We were just using our defense and going and running in transition, getting in drags, getting out, sharing the basketball. And that's our style of play. And obviously that 34-point quarter, you know, gave us an opportunity and a shot at the end, even though we had a terrible fourth quarter. It kind of gave us some leeway there, but we stayed together. I liked how we stayed together. I liked how we showed some resiliency, some grit on the road against a team who's their last game. They were here at home. They were playing with some pride and took us down to the wire. So I thought we did what we need to do to finish the game.
And then also for Skylar, if I can get your thoughts on just the last two plays there at the end, the offensive foul that you drew, and then the defense that you played on Arike.
Yeah, we were just scrambling around there. We got some switches. I thought Jewell actually did a really good job, you know, against Arike tonight. Just making her take some tough shots, especially in that first half. We know that she's clutch, and if you give her opportunity, you know, I knew she was going to put it up. I didn't really know the time, which is why I jumped. Just luckily, she just missed a shot there. But, you know, we were flying all around, just trying to get a stop. Satu was 1 for 10 in the second half. You know, Gab stepped her game up defensively. Mercedes Russell came in and gave us great minutes off the bench. She had the best plus minus out of everybody, but I thought she really stepped up when Ezzy went out. And yeah, we just tried to get a stop and land a plane at the end of the game to finish it off.
There you go. Thank you, guys.
Oh, let's go, Christian. Go ahead.
Hey, Jewell, and Skylar, I know you guys have been talking about these slow starts in the second half, and I think, Skylar, you were alluding to in your first response that kind of the great teams in this league don't start off like that. Is that what you were trying to say before you kind of stopped?
That's what I did say. That's exactly what I meant. How I mean, if we're going to be a great team in this league, you know, we have to start off the basketball game well. We have to perform well on the road, and how we start, home or away, just better starts. We all agree with that.
Thank you.
Some questions in the room.
Yeah, question for Skylar. I mean, you had a huge third quarter. You spoke about pride defensively. So I spoke with Ezzy this before the game. She praised your defense, and in that third quarter, I want to say you had 3 steals. You had a block. Can you just speak to the defense that you played and how it sparked the team, like coming back in the second half?
Yeah, just feeding off my teammates. You know, like we talked about it at halftime, like I said, not to be redundant, but we saw the tone that was set in that second quarter. We were trying to chip away a little bit. We did chip away a little bit from the 20-something lead. And then, yeah, we just, like I said, we were into bodies. I thought that was all of us. Gab got some picks. Jewell got some steals. You know, we were just trying to be more active on the basketball. Who else? Jewell got 3. Like we all were being active, you know, and so, yeah. I just felt like defensively that was the point of emphasis for us stepping it up. But really, you know, we don't talk much about what we can do offensively. We're a gifted offensive team. We can score the basketball as well, and I thought we were able, like I said, to get out and play our style of basketball off of that, but it really was a total team effort, and Sadie stepping into that spot for Ezzy stepped up our defensive game and gave us a chance to get out and run.
And my follow-up for both of you is, what is the team focusing on in the last few games to ensure this momentum continues?
I mean, a lot of it's just, execution on both ends of the floor. Just our approach. We obviously have a goal in mind and we're trying to get there. And it's for us, like we know we have everything we need in that locker room. But now just train our minds, getting our bodies right, executing. And for us, I feel like we're at our best when we're playing free. When we do that, and we're really unstoppable. And a lot of it comes from our defense. So it's making sure that we're hydrated and in shape to keep pushing because we like to play fast, but on both ends for is execution. And that's when we're, able to come back in games like this.
What has Gabby added to this team since she's come back? I know you guys were dangerous prior to her arrival, but just like what has she added to your team as far as, incentives or anything?
Yeah, I think her and Jordan are, like 1 and 2, right? Like they're both super athletic. I think Gabby, she's been in this league. She's still growing her game, but having her back, she's so versatile. I mean, defensively, she guard 1 through 4, sometimes 5 when we need it. On offense too, she's 1 through 4. So you pick and choose where you need her. She does everything, and she does everything really well too. So she's like the ultimate teammate. She plays hard every single game, and we noticed that the moment she got back. Obviously for us, it's kind of the same thing. She kind of came back halfway through the season last year and gave us that extra push as well. But having her on this team, it just helps us with a lot of different coverages and allow her to be the best athlete on this team.
Corey from the 9450, Skylar, I have a question for you. Coming to the game, your mindset, can you speak about your mindset? You had 21 points and 4 assists, 4 steals. And you see how the game started off where you said this started off really slow, and then you had to ramp it up at the end, close it out. So can you take us to like the range of emotions from the start of the game to the end of the game and how you knew where you have to lock in and actually get this done?
I don't know. I'm a player that always plays very, high intensity. I don't take plays off. I think that's my niche on this team is, bringing the energy, bringing the intensity. I'm a fiery competitor. I'm at the point of attack with the basketball, trying to, be aggressive on both sides, both ends. That's really kind of been my MO all year for this team, just trying to find my edge defensively, and see how we can, I can feed off my teammates. But yeah, sorry, I don't really know what else to say about that. Who I am, I'm a competitor, I'm intense, and I know that's the posture I have to live in on this team, to do what I have to do on both sides. And so we feed off of each other. I feed off of my teammates, and just being up there right at the, like I said, the point of attack with the basketball, and just trying to put pressure on the ball, show different cadences, give them a break when they need a break on these talented wings we have in our league, and just trying to be active.
Got time for a couple more.
And Jewell, you're one of the most dynamic scorers I've ever seen in this league. You had 19 points tonight. Can you walk us through where you saw the momentum shift in your favor when you knew that this was going to be?
Yeah, I think it kind of happened in the second quarter. I think for me, the biggest momentum shift was when Sadie's got the and 1 going to second quarter. That energized me. One, because I know how hard, Sadie's been working, and to see her get that and 1, and we need something to kind of get us going, whether it was a big block, whatever it is. I think that kind of set the tone for me, and I think we all kind of got hyped in that aspect. And then coming into halftime, I feel like I never feel like we're out of games in general. I know it just takes one thing to kind of click and we're all good, and that's what it was for us. I think that got me locked in to be more aggressive and find things in ball screens and just play even harder. So this team is definitely, we find bits and pieces throughout the game, whether it's, Skylar hit a big 3 in the third quarter. Everyone got excited for that. Like her walk up 3 transition, like it's like things, like moments throughout the game that happen where you're like, okay, like we're in good hands. But it all comes down as well as our defense. I think we did a good job of making them take tough shots when it mattered. And then, at the end, getting the foul call and getting a stop, right? It's a scoring to stop, and that's what we said in the timeout.
I know you guys are worried about the playoff run, but I know you guys are also community individuals more than athletes. Is there anything that we can look forward to for both of you as far as community work in the off season?
Yes.
Let me get to Percy. Percy, go ahead.
Quick question for like Jewell. Hey, I saw that the Aces won and Minnesota won. There isn't much change at the top of the standings. Just how much are you guys keeping tabs on the league and scoreboard watching? And what's the mindset heading into Sunday's game with 3 games left?
I mean, you just told me I didn't really I'll focus on our game. Obviously, I mean, in reality, you want to make playoffs for this team. We didn't make playoffs last year. We know how that feels. For us getting to the playoffs, we understand where we're at. I think there's an awareness, but we're not like stuck up on that. Either way, you get in playoffs, you got to win games. So our game plan is to understand, make sure our bodies are good, make sure our momentum's in the right way. We're playing at a high level, and we get in the playoffs, and we have a job to do. But like I said, I was playing a game, so I had no idea what's going on. Besides
There you go. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Ace. We'll see Coach here in just a minute. Here with Coach, we'll start with questions on Zoom and then take some in the room. Percy, go ahead and start us out.
Hey, Coach. I've heard you say often that it's hard to win in this league. With that in mind, just your thoughts on your team's performance tonight.
I keep it positive. I thought that we were resilient. We had a big third quarter to get us back into the game and ultimately win the game. Some crucial possessions down the stretch, huge free throws by Sky, good defensive possession, and just a will to win. No matter, we talk about all the time, wins are hard to come by, and especially on the road.
And then I've also heard you say a lot that you don't like to coach effort and things of that nature. And I'm wondering how much can you share about your halftime speech? If you can share anything.
With the player shirt. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm not sharing it either.
I hear you. Just what was then the impetus then of that big third quarter one? I'm not sure that you guys have had a third or any quarter quite like that.
I think, the overall theme, we had to make adjustments, and we did that. I thought we went going back into our physicality, like I've talked before with our adjustments, is to become more physical. So, when we keep it about the basketball, that was one of the adjustments that we made. And I thought that our defense picked up a ton.
And just my last one, just your thoughts on Sky and your thoughts on Sadie's.
Sadie's played great minutes today. She had to play the entire second half and fill in those minutes for Ezzy. I thought her presence, I thought she had a great block late in that, I forget which quarter, but definitely a presence about her. It's very difficult to guard Brown and McCown. I thought she did an excellent job, and what she was doing offensively, just, being steady. We needed her tremendously tonight, and she did a great job. And Sky turned it up first on the defensive end, and, sparked that run. Her and Gabby just kind of being in passing lanes and getting some easy buckets, utilizing their quick hands. Some big shots from her as well, playing very efficient, hitting the three, and gave us a huge boost when we needed it. So again, she's trending in a positive way. Obviously the scoring really helps, but the defensive intensity and the want to is there, and that helps us.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Christian and then Alberto.
Hey, Coach. Skylar was just in there, and she said that they shouldn't need a pep talk from Noelle at halftime, and that pride was what sparked that third quarter run. I know these are kind of things that teams go through, as well as the season, but these slow starts have kind of been the story of the second half so far. So, how do you combat that going into the playoffs, knowing that against an Aces team like that, possibly not having home court advantage in 2 games in Vegas, what that looks like?
Yeah, it's reality. It's truth juice. I started the day by saying, truth and love is medicine. And truth is like we're preparing to play in the postseason. And if we're gonna come out and start the game like this, we will potentially not have an extended postseason. And that's reality. It's not me being negative in any way. It's just teams are too good, especially late in the season and in playoffs, way too good. So I'll keep it positive. I'll say it's good to know that we can be a resilient third quarter team, but we need to find some energy, urgency, not only that, but just some concentration and execution too, within those that first frame of basketball, because that can set the tone for the rest of the game. So I love that we are able to be resilient and fight back. And we know that about ourselves. Now I want to be able to have that at the beginning of the game.
And as far as the basketball in the second half, I don't have the stats in front of me exactly, but I know Satu wasn't as effective with the 16 points in the first half. The double coming off the drives, and then Mercedes' help at the nail on defense. Well, that's kind of like planned, or is that just kind of just players being the players?
Yeah, I think she was 1 for 10 in the second half. And I think, again, part of the basketball adjustment was to get into her body. I thought that she was very comfortable. At the end of the day, it's KYP. A lot of what we were doing was not communicating the directions of screens and just slow to reacting. But the start of that was our immediate pressure on the basketball, period. Like just getting into her body, recognizing reads. And when we did that, I feel like we were into better schemes. I think we were helping more, and I thought it was more clarity where we needed to be on the floor.
Thank you, Coach.
Mm-hmm.
Alberto, then we'll take some questions here in the room.
Yeah, hi, Coach. Just following up on those questions regarding the slow starts. What do you think is missing, and what do you think the team could do better to not trail by that much on the first half of the game?
I'm not sure, honestly, Roberta. I'm not sure what's missing. That's our group that has started games for a few games now. Not a great sample size of it, but Gabby's in the mix, and maybe just a mindset, maybe I don't know. Honestly, it has me befuddled. You know what I mean? Like it's just I'm not sure. The pride, and I talked about this. The pride alone should come when you put on the Storm jersey. Period. It shouldn't come from me, your teammates. You are playing basketball for an amazing organization, and that should spark something within your soul to want to go hard. But if I'm keeping it about the basketball, I got to think about things that can help us, maybe some flow, some rhythm offensively, maybe kind of turning up a little bit defensively to get us going. But at the end of the day, the intangibles of coming out with the mentality, I got to put that on the onus of the players to lead in that and lead that in that capacity.
Thank you, Coach.
Sure.
Time for a few here in the room.
Hey, Coach, for the 9450, I have a couple questions. You talked about the organization, you talked about the goals and things like that. I just want to kind of talk about your journey with this team. You was a former player of the team, now you coach the team, you won a title with the team. You're coaching some of the players that you played with and won a title with. How does that dynamic play into your coaching with the chemistry and things like that? And how do you instill some of into some of the players that wasn't a part of those two championship teams?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is that I have experienced a lot of things in this league as a player. And so I try to convey that to my team, that I know exactly what you're feeling because it's truth. I've been in locker rooms, I've been on teams, I've been on championship team, I've been on teams that didn't do so well. So I utilize my experience to really pour into our athletes and try to relate to them on that level. And a deeper level is, and I talk about this, yeah, I'm a coach, but also this is like my passion, teaching, learning basketball, and trying to get these ladies to be the best version of themselves, and hopefully create magic and be legendary. And I think that resonates. I hope it relates. I try to lead with my heart, be a servant leader, and all these things, and hopefully that's how I get the best from them. So my journey has been great in this league, and I just want my players to see that I'm in it for the right reasons.
And whenever you have some of these like up and down quarters and things like that, how close do you feel like I could probably make that play? Like, because you look like you probably can still play.
Yeah.
How do you push it? Because
You heard that, Percy? He said, I look like I can still play. I try. I'm washed. I'm old and washed now. I love basketball in a different capacity. I want the best for my players. I want them to play hard. I want them to experience what I've experienced in winning a championship and finding some success in this league. So that's where my passion lies. But I might could get a bucket, if you put me on the court. But just really happy with where I'm at, my role, my purpose, in the mission that I'm on.
You got time for one more, anybody?
Find that, coach. What are some takeaways that you plan on from this game? Like, what are some takeaways that you can take from this game to help you propel into the postseason?
Yeah, keep it positive. I think when we are locked in and focused on the defensive end, pressuring the basketball, playing passing lanes, relying on each other, heavy communication, I think that we could defend anyone in this league. And then offensively, when we're playing with some pace, moving the basketball, good to great, I think really good things happen for us. And so now we have to put 40-minute games together. We have to address our starts, make sure that the third quarter isn't always our best quarter, but that the first and the second become, they mirror the third. So I'm gonna stay positive with the group and continue to reinforce the fact that we have a lot of firepower in the locker room. And so just relying on our skill set and talent to get us through that threshold that we kind of like fumble a little bit.
All right, thanks, coach.
Thank
Appreciate
you. See y'all.
it. Yeah.